all the hate that you get online, no matter who you are, you're gonna get hate. And I just put all that stuff behind me, and I move forward. And to all of those people out there, hey, I'm happy to provide you a title, a thumbnail, a click, and something to talk about.
All right. Alex from Nomics is under massive fire, and he's given us permission, including me and Possum. Villain's got to chime in somewhere here. And I will tell you, there's a lot to unravel as the hate flows through Alex from Nomics' veins for the average collector of Pokemon.
Literally 2 sets have broken down the entire fabric of the hobby. And now everyone thinks that the hobby's ruined because 2 sets came out of the gate and they're hotter than normal. And they're all over MSRP. If a couple months in this hobby ruins the entire hobby for you, I'm willing to bet you give up on a lot of things in life. I'm willing to bet you complain a lot in life. I am willing to bet that this is not just a Pokemon behavior. This is probably a pattern that you've probably become accustomed to throughout the entirety of your life. That you have something to blame. There's always something that is in your way that you can't move. That's you just can't fathom that the world doesn't work perfectly every second of every day. If that is all it takes for you to lose all of your confidence in the hobby and in Pokemon, maybe this wasn't for you after all. Maybe you should just go back, clock into your job, and just leave this whole hobby for good. And if you're just a hobbyist and you're just a casual collector watching this channel, hey, maybe it's time for you to just find a different hobby. If it causes you this much anger, hobbies are supposed to cause you joy, right? Hobbies are supposed to be something you do outside of work. And, if this really ruined it for you that much because you don't want to collect any other set out there, it has to be just the newest one. And if that's not at a price point that you deem affordable, then all you can do is complain. Find something else for a while. Come back in 6 months. Maybe it'll be better then. Like, why put yourself through that misery and just get online and complain about it every single day? That's no way to live, guys. That's no way to live your lives. Because all of us that are enjoying the hobby, that are successful in our businesses, our careers, that, people that can't afford packs, we don't care. We're not listening to you. You can scream it from the mountaintops as loud as you want. You can leave it in every video. No one cares. No one cares, right? And that's another life lesson you can kind of take is most of the time outside of your traditional, family, your friends, your close circle, no one cares. No one cares about what you're going through, your struggles, your business, how unaffordable things are, your income. No one cares, right? No one cares that you should be able to work a 40-hour week and afford things. No one cares that you should have these benefits. No one cares that things should be this way and not that way. Get out there and change the situation. Get out there and work more hours. I shouldn't have to work 50 hours a week. Maybe you shouldn't, but maybe you need to, right?
To give some backstory, Alex here is a investor / person that sells sealed Pokemon product. If you can't tell from behind him, just rubbing it in your face entirely, 2/3 of the video is like, get it together, man, find opportunities. But then he drops this just hate, which by the way is kind of his shtick, where he just is like, haha, look at you, dude, you're poor.
So I don't know why people keep saying I'm not a real collector. I have my binders just like everyone else does. These are some of my most cherished cards. And just like all of you, it's not about the value of these, it's about the art. I just really enjoy, how they look, and I like to keep them in mint condition. Oh, I don't know how that got in there. That's junk. Yeah, it's just like, this is my personal collection that I keep. And, oh, what is that? Oh, that's like a light play, moderate play. I only like to keep mint cards. I'm just more of a mint card collector. And so, yeah, this is just, part of my collection that I want to share with you guys today. What is that?
And he kind of has this like, you can be an entrepreneur, you can do all this, but Alex, I have to tell you, not everyone is meant to be one of those. I'm just putting that out there. Not everybody has the mentality like us that's like, you could do this play or that play. a lot of people like the idea that I have this job because I did this degree and I can do these skills and that's just what I can do. It makes it a lot easier. There's a reason why it is so hard for small businesses, and you know this because taxes, self-employment tax, you lose insurance, all these other factors that make it a huge risk factor. And yes, you would baby step your way through, but it's still difficult. When I found this on Reddit, it's actually showing that the comment section has been locked because so many people have actually threatened against Alex's life about some of these comments. And on his video, he has so many negative dislikes on here, with 1.8 dislikes as of making this video to 852 likes. But this is an issue, as we've talked about PokeRev being out of touch with the hobby and consumers in it and collectors. And then on top of that, now we're seeing Alex here in the same vein, where I'm like, imagine somebody collecting Pokemon for almost 30 years is like, dude, I just want to open a few packs. Like, at least let me get my hands on that. And he's like, you should just find another hobby. This is not for you. And it's like this elitist mentality where it's like, only the strongest and richest people can afford Pokemon cards. That brings me to my second point. People are trying to spend $5 for a pack. Like, there are some people that are like, can I just find one singular pack? And that's just not the case. And by the way, there are people that do have other responsibilities to like work 7 to 4 maybe. Their kids have daycare. Like, my next thought is, Alex, you are currently in front of a plethora of boxes which contain elite trainer boxes, booster boxes, whatever else, while you just sit there like this and you're like, haha, you don't have what I have. You just got to work a little bit harder and maybe you can get where I am. This reminds me of the fitness gym influencer back in like 2016, that they would show themselves like eating ice cream and cake and burgers, and they'd have a 6-pack and they're like, just follow my program, bro. It's like the same exact mentality, and it's not a great look. And on top of that, I can't find the comment, but even members of his channel that pay to support Alex have actually said like, hey dude, this is a bad take, let's not do that. But on Reddit, they said this. They say, if the hobby is about collecting and stacking brown boxes, what a dull hobby that sounds to be. This person says, I'm not sure what he expects from this anyway. If the people who want to open products decide it's not for them anymore, then who does he sell his sealed to? If nobody wants to open it, then there's no value, so he's just telling his own market to not buy products. Wild. And someone says, at this point, I'm convinced most of the overpriced booster box sales are just going to other scalpers that will list it again for even higher. I have been seeing people that are saying like, is this just like a pyramid scheme? Like, who is going to say like chicken and start selling drastically and just kind of dropping all the sealed product? And he has tried to make a recovery video where he's like, I'm not forcing you guys to buy it. Like, I'm just trying to say this or that. Like, you guys can actually kind of, yeah, I wasn't trying to be mean, but market acceptance. He's like, these are just the new prices. We got to get used to it, guys. And I'm like, I don't have the fanciest equipment. You know, I just kind of film and put it out there. I'm like, I know, dude. You kind of make the same videos like every third video talking about how like these are just the way it is, new prices. It's crazy, dude. And like riding the hype train of what this is without really adding a lot more knowledge onto it. Where I feel like he could upload maybe like every third day and probably get the same benefit. And a lot of this shtick that he has is kind of from Alpha Investments, commonly known as Rudy, and kind of this idea, but then he also kind of takes on the pokey innie, like the little condescending, like, oh, the market's crazy, what do you guys think? And then, but he even does it in a more tasteful way, but like, you are not those people. The way that you come off, you need to understand it's not about what you're saying, it's definitely how you're saying it. And I will tell you, as somebody that's ran a business just like you have, I will say, yes, you understand business, numbers, metrics, cost for customer acquisition, blah, 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 blah. We get that. You are great at that. But you also need to have personal skills as well in order to actually be successful in a business. And I understand you are coming from a place of tough love. I get that message as I watched the entire thing and did not only watch the Reddit clip. But I will say, you need to earn respect to give tough love. And sadly, you have not earned respect. necessarily. Like, give people some opportunities through maybe a Patreon if you want to continue the Rudy thing. I have tapped out. I personally will not spend that level of money for Prismatic. And, you know, I understand the sentiment, like, you don't need to always have the newest set that's out there. But this is also like, hey, dude, like, Madden 25 is coming out, but, like, you don't need to play that. Like, you should be focusing on Madden 24 or 23. Like, those are still good games, right? Like, but none of your friends are over there playing that game. Like, they're not having fun doing that. Like, I want to be with my friends and still enjoy the new stuff and kind of this social equity. Like, this is the social part of it that Alex doesn't really get. So that's where I get to the end of the video, and I'm just going to say, what do you guys think about this entire drama piece as we're seeing this unfold? Are the creators out of touch with the common folk that are collecting Pokemon?